particularly impressive, I thought.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're here for daily races, 6 laps of Brazil in Group 3 cars. We're going to be racing in the Porsche today for all 3 races. This first race starting in 8th, so towards the back of the grid. But I do love racing around here. It's a great track, heaps of overtaking opportunities. As we're in the Red Bull livery Porsche, tucked up behind a Red Bull livery Lamborghini. You can see the cars ahead going side by side as we go towards turn 4. This might give us a little look at getting an advantage on both of them. Lamborghini goes down the inside, so you almost try to follow him through, but not quite. Really tight racing at the moment. And we're going to get up into 6th on the exit of the long left-hander. That's key to get a really good exit out of this corner. Pretty much do the complete opposite of what the Lamborghini did. Very wobbly on the exit. There's a car serving a penalty, but now we're going to get right on the tail of the Lamborghini. He defends, so I go to the outside, and you can see I dive down the inside there because he started moving back across towards the outside of the track. We'll go on board to watch it again. So you can see we go to the outside. He started moving across to take the racing line before I was alongside, so that gave us the inside line to get the pass done a lot easier, instead of having to try and stick it around the outside. But he's still right there with me. Managed to make our way up to 4th so far, so not too bad to start with. A very mixed grid to do with driver rating. I'm in the low B driver rating. There are a couple A and even A plus driver ratings in this race, with a few B driver rating and even a couple C. So very mixed, but it gives us a good chance to see where we are compared to different driver ratings. As we go through the final corner side by side, and we're going to make the run towards turn 1 sticking side by side. I'm going to try for the switchback, but he really hugs the apex of turn 1, so he can't quite get past and perform a switchback. But I'm staying with him. He goes defensive towards turn 4. Maybe a switchback on here as we get to the inside. Move up into 4th. Trying to stick it around the outside. very difficult to do, and he's got the inside line for the next corner. Still running side by side, just manages to get ahead of me through the long left-hander, finding a little bit more grip on the outside. And as we move on to the final lap, he did manage to drive away from me a little bit. And I also decided to drive away from the track and get myself a 1 second penalty. However, we are far enough ahead of the car behind, so I managed to finish in a P5, and the car we were racing was actually an A driver rating, so we did pretty well to keep up with him for the most part. Heading on to the next race now. Bit of carnage to begin with. In 7th after the Senna S's, and tucked up right behind another Red Bull Porsche. Just outbrake him slightly to get up another position. There's a car out wide on the right hand side of the track, so that puts us up into 5th place. And then 4th up past the Rainbow Porsche, who started spinning, and I'm not really sure why or how, because I made no contact with him when I went through. So now into 4th, and with the battling we've been doing, losing a bit of ground to the cars ahead. However, as we move on to the second to last lap, you can see we've caught up right to the back of 3rd and 2nd. And now really pushing for a podium as we go into the final lap. The goal is just to put the car ahead under a lot of pressure and force him into a mistake somewhere along the lap. And as you can see, we've closed up a fair bit to the back of him. I'm still setting personal best sectors. Second place has driven away from both of us, as I think the car ahead started having a more defensive mindset rather than attacking. So he's held onto his position so far, but we are still applying that pressure, and we are going to get a slipstream all the way up towards the line, so it's going to be about a better exit. As we get right tucked up behind him. Is it going to be enough to get past him as we go towards the line? Not quite. But a very close race. Even after the race, whoever was driving my car still wanted to get past. And now onto the final race. We're in 2nd. After improving our qualifying time a little bit. For some reason we're back in the default livery. As we get underway, Going through turn 1, the pole sitter goes a little bit wide and gets a little bit wobbly through turn 3, so sort of gives up the position to allow us to move straight up into first place. It looked like he was going to come back up the inside briefly there, but didn't quite go for it. I do want you to keep an eye on the yellow Porsche, because I believe they started down the grid. They didn't set a qualifying lap for themselves, but they are an A-rated driver, so they're going to be charging through the field towards us. But already there's a top 4 established. We're not even at the end of lap 1 yet. So there's going to be a battle for the win, and a battle to see who doesn't finish on the podium. Still holding the lead, but now the GTR has a look down the inside as we head towards turn 4. It managed to stay ahead for the time being. It's very difficult down all the long straights because everyone else has a slipstream, but me in the lead, I'm left with nothing. And we can see here there's a bit of contact between a few cars, but I managed to keep second place, and the Lexus behind manages to rejoin in 4th. But now we've all lost a bit of time to the yellow Porsche, who ended up getting a 4-second penalty. So we all managed to get back through. As we head onto lap 4 out of 6, and you can see it's still very bunched up. Barely any margin between the 4 of us. I'm going to have a look at the view from P2, who was the pole sitter. It goes a little bit wide, and you can see that one mistake just getting on the curbs. He gets swarmed by the other 2 cars, and he's instantly down into 4th place. So just going to show how much a slight error can cost you. But as we move on to lap 5 out of 6, it's myself and the yellow Porsche who've broken the gap to the 2 cars behind. And now I've just got to do a pretty good defending job on the last lap to hopefully come across the line to win. I'm holding the inside. He goes to the outside of the track, and I managed to stay ahead using the defensive line. And you can see I instantly go defensive on the run out of turn 3, but decided he was too far back to make a reasonable lunge, so I was able to move back onto the racing line. And again he's going to have a go looking around the outside. I briefly lose the position, but once again position my car on the inside of the track. So some really good, close, clean racing, which the whole video has been very clean, very close, very fun racing. I actually really enjoyed this daily race. There's no driver rating updates, which was a bit frustrating because I reckon mine would have gone up quite a bit. But as we come across the line, he has the slipstream, but he's not quite close enough to get past as we cross the line and manage to win. So some very good battling between the top four. And really good races, all three races were really fun. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go check out some of my previous videos. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.